Okay, let us continue hydrocarbon. We have discussed chemical properties, method and preparation of alkane, alkenes and alkynes. Continuing the unit, the next compound is arenes. Arenes. Arenes means aromatic hydrocarbon. Aromatic hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon. Now, arenes, they contain benzene ring. They contain benzene ring. Arenes, they are containing a benzene ring. So first of all, we will discuss the structure of benzene. Structure of benzene. Structure of benzene. Structure of benzene. Now, what is the source of benzene? From where benzene is obtained? Earlier, it was made clear that benzene is obtained from coal tar. It is obtained from coal tar. And now, in recent time, benzene is obtained from petroleum. If we refine petroleum, from that petroleum we obtain benzene. Now what about the structure of benzene? A number of theories have been proposed to discuss the structure of benzene. The first is Tekalu structure. Tekalu structure. He was the first chemist who proposed structure of benzene. He proposed that benzene has hexagonal structure. Hexagonal structure. Hexagonal structure. Full stop. Each carbon atom is attached with hydrogen atom. Hydrogen atom. There are alternate double bond. Alternate double bond between carbon atom. So this is what Tekalu has told about benzene. According to Tekalu, the structure of benzene should be like this. Clear? And there are alternate double bond. In every position there is hydrogen atom. So this is hexagonal structure of benzene. You can write there are 6 hydrogen. Now I am writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this was the structure which was proposed by Tekalu, a hexagonal structure of carbon atom. Each carbon is bonded with a hydrogen atom and there are alternate double bond between carbon atom. Clear? Now evidences in favor of this structure. What are the evidences? Evidences in favor. We supported Tekalu structure. Evidences in favor of structure. In favor of structure. The first evidence was X-ray diffraction method confirmed The hexagonal structure conformed. The hexagonal structure of benzene conform the hexagonal structure of benzene. Okay, when benzene, which is obtained from coal tar, it is a byproduct of coal tar. When the product was seen by X-ray diffraction method, a crystallography method, it was seen that that is containing hexagonal structure. So this method confirmed or it supported the hexagonal structure of benzene. This was the first evidence. Number second, it takes up, yani benzene, it takes up 3 moles of hydrogen and 3 moles of chlorine, which confirms that it has 3 double bond. It has 3 double bond. These reactions, benzene adds with 3 molecules of hydrogen and 3 moles of chlorine, which confirms that there are 3 double bonds which are present in benzene. Number third, it is prepared by polymerization of ethine. 3 moles of ethine. Okay, now you see this reaction we have already discussed. CH triple bond CH triple bond CH triple bond CH. There are 3 moles of ethine. What is happening on polymerization? It is converting into benzene. When it is heated in iron tube, it was converting into this compound benzene CH, HC, CH, HC, CH, CH. Now, this also confirms the Kekale structure of benzene. It supports the Kekale structure of benzene. Number 4, it forms one monosubstituted one monosubstituted and 3 disubstituted derivative. 3 disubstituted derivative, which shows that all hydrogen is equivalent. That position of all hydrogen atom is equivalent. All hydrogen atom are equivalent. All hydrogen atom are equivalent means all hydrogen atom are same. Okay, let us see. One monosubstituted means this. This is one monosubstituted. Okay. Now, it is forming 3 disubstituted, or this can be like this. This is disubstitution. 1 2, 3. This is mono substituted and these three are di substituted. So benzene is forming these type of derivatives, which shows that what all hydrogen atom in benzene are equivalent. Okay, they are same, their nature is same. So all these points, these are the evidence which support which structure? Kekailu structure. Clear? Now next is objection to this structure. What was objection to this structure? Why Kekailu structure was objected? It fails. Benzene, it fails to decolorize bromine water. It fails to decolorize bromine water and KMNO4 solution. So this showed that the double bond, are not fixed. Now this was the main objection. Means what? That benzene is containing 3 double bond. Okay, and when it is treated with bromine water and KMNO4 solution, it failed to decolorize their color. Now you know bromine water and KMNO4, it is test for unsaturation. Yes or no? If benzene had been able to decolorize these two, then it would have been an unsaturated compound. Okay, so benzene failed to give this test, means the position of double bond is not fixed in case of benzene. In case of Kekailu structure, the structure which was proposed by Kekailu. Clear? Now next structure is B. Second structure, resonance structure. After this Kekailu structure, the next structure was resonance structure. Now what is resonance structure? Benzene can exist in more than one structure. Where the position of double bond is altered. Okay, none of these structures describe the entire properties of benzene. So the actual structure is called resonance hybrid. Now let us see this. Benzene is exhibiting resonance. This is structure number 1 for benzene. It exhibits resonance. In another structure, the position of double bond will be altered. This may be like this. I am going to change the position. This is structure number 2. So benzene exists in these two structures, and neither structure 1 nor structure 2 represent its all property. 50% property are shown by structure 1, 50% are shown by structure 2. Then it was said that the actual structure of benzene would be like this. This structure, this is called hybrid structure. This structure is called hybrid structure. So this is resonance structure of benzene. It is existing in 3 forms. And this structure, it represents the entire property of benzene. So benzene was given this structure on the basis of resonance theory. Clear? Number 3, molecular orbital. Now this is the most appropriate concept. Number 3, orbital concept, molecular orbital theory. Molecular orbital theory. Now according to this theory, what is the structure of benzene? Now this theory, each carbon atom is sp2 hybridized. sp2 hybridized. Every carbon atom in benzene is sp2 hybridized to sp2 hybrid orbital, sp2 hybrid orbital of each carbon atom, overlaps with adjacent hybrid orbital, of carbon atom, forming sigma bond. Okay. The third hybrid orbital overlaps with s orbital of hydrogen atom and forms sigma bond to form sigma bond. So according to this molecular orbital structure, every carbon atom in benzene is sp2 hybridized, means s1s, there are 2p, 3 hybrid orbital. Out of those 3 hybrid orbital, 2 hybrid orbital are overlapping with adjacent carbon atom forming sigma bond. Only 1 hybrid orbital is left which will overlap with hydrogen atom to form sigma bond. Let us draw what we have written over here. Okay, let us see it first. This is carbon atom 1. This is sp2 of carbon atom 1. Every carbon atom geometry will be like this: 1, 2, 3 hybrid orbital. This orbital will overlap with adjacent carbon atom. I am drawing it. You see it. Now you see, this is hybrid orbital of carbon atom 2. Now here is the overlap. Where is overlap? This is overlap. This is sigma bond. Which bond is formed? One sigma bond is formed over here. Clear? How many carbon atoms are utilized? 2. There are 6 carbon atoms. Now let us draw number third carbon atom. From here I am drawing. This is third hybrid orbital of carbon atom, you see. Now this is the sigma bond. Okay. So if you consider this carbon two hybrid orbital, one hybrid orbital, one hybrid orbital, they are overlapping with adjacent hybrid orbital forming sigma bond. Clear? Three carbon atom are utilized. Three still are left. Let us draw next. From here we will draw. This is 4. Okay. Now this is sigma bond. This is 4th. Clear? How many carbon are left? Still there are 2 carbon left. Now let us draw 5th one. This is 5th. This is 5th. Now one more is left. Let us draw it. Let us 6th. Now you see. This is sigma bond is 1. How many sigma bond are there if you count here? 1, 2. This is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6 sigma bond. Clear? Now what is left? Hydrogen atom is left. Now let us draw that hydrogen atom. Okay, I am drawing hydrogen atom. Clear? Now third hybrid orbital, it is third hybrid orbital. It is overlapping with what? Hydrogen atom. This is hydrogen atom 1. This is sigma bond. Okay. Hydrogen atom 2. This is sigma bond. Hydrogen atom 3. This is sigma bond. Fourth hydrogen atom, fifth hydrogen atom, sixth hydrogen atom. Now there are 6 hydrogen atoms. They are also forming sigma bond. This is sigma bond, sigma bond, sigma bond, sigma bond, sigma sigma. So what I have written over here is this. So what are these? These are sp2 hybrid orbital of each carbon atom. Okay. Now one portion is there. Now after this, what is going to happen? Let us move on. Next page. Each carbon atom has a p orbital which is unhybridized, means it is not taking part in hybridization. These p orbital of carbon atom overlaps sideways with adjacent p orbital of carbon atom to form pi bond. pi bond. Now let us draw this. What I have written, I am going to draw over it. You see, each carbon atom. Okay, how many carbon atom are there? There are 6 carbon atom in benzene. Now let us draw each carbon atom. This is one carbon atom. Clear? 1. This is second. 2. This is 3. 4. 5. 6. Let me draw it first, okay? Then we will explain it. Now you see, each carbon atom is containing an orbital. This is what? These are p orbital. It is unhybridized. They are not taking part in hybridization. So every carbon atom are having this. Now these p orbital will overlap sideways. How sideways? Let us see how they are overlapping. Sideways means this. Upper lobes will combine with upper lobe. You can see. I am combining the upper lobes. You combine upper lobes. Okay, similarly, we will combine lower lobes. Let us combine lower lobes. These are lower lobes. So, what has happened? Upper lobes are combining to form pi bond. Lower lobes are combining to form pi bond. Now actually, what has happened over here is this. Benzene has a planar structure. Clear? One electron cloud is present over the ring, whereas another electron cloud is present below this ring. This is delocalized pi electron cloud. This is called delocalized pi electron. Delocalized pi electron ring. When these p orbital are combining in this fashion, you know they are forming pi bond. By combination of upper lobe orbital, one ring is formed over here, another ring is formed over here. This is the plane. So one pi electron ring is circulating over here, another pi electronic ring is circulating below this plane. Clear? Let us write it. The delocalized pi electron pi system makes the molecule stable. So the position of double bond. So the position of double bond is altering. It keeps on changing. Is altering between carbon atom. Is altering between carbon atom. The position is altering. They are not fixed. They are changing their position. Why? Due to this delocalized pi electron ring. It is moving in this fashion. So once bond is between these two carbon, in another second the bond should be between another carbon atom. So the position is not fixed. Their position keeps on changing. That's why this molecule is stable. So we consider this structure of benzene. Clear? Now conditions for aromaticity. Let us move on. Conditions for aromaticity. Conditions for aromaticity. Conditions for aromaticity. How will you know that a given compound is aromatic or not? What are the suitable conditions for aromaticity? Number first, the compound must be cyclic. This is the first condition. Must be cyclic in nature. Compound must be cyclic. This is the first condition. Number second, it must contain one or more double bond. The compound must contain one or more than one double bond. This is the second condition. Number third, it must be planar. It must be planar. Now the word planar means what? That is, every carbon atom should have same hybridization, then only a compound is planar. Number 4, it must exhibit resonance. It must exhibit resonance. The compound must show resonance. Number 5, it must prefer to undergo electrophilic substitution reaction than nucleophilic reaction. Okay. Next, number 6. It must obey Huckel's rule. That is, I am writing over here 4n plus 2 pi electron rule, where n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, so on. So these are the conditions for an aromatic compound. If a compound satisfies all these conditions, then a compound is aromatic in nature. If a compound fails to satisfy any of these conditions, then that compound will be non-aromatic. Clear? Now let us just see an example of aromatic and non-aromatic compound. Aromatic example, I am writing over here aromatic compound. Let us see whether the given compound are aromatic or not. Aromatic compound. Okay, number first, example number 1. I am drawing this. Now, is this an aromatic compound? Let us prove by Huckel rule. 4n plus 2 is equal to pi electron. So, 4n plus 2 pi electron. How many double bonds are there? 3. Pi electron count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now, 4n is equal to 4, n is equal to 1. So it is an aromatic compound. This compound is aromatic. Clear? Now let us move on to our next example, number 2. Now I am drawing number 2. This I have drawn. Whether this compound is aromatic. Whether this compound is aromatic. Yes, this compound is also aromatic. Let us apply Huckel rule. 4n plus 2 is equal to how many pi electron are there? 2. So n is equal to 0. So this compound is aromatic. This compound is also aromatic. It is satisfying all other condition you can see. Number third example. Now I am drawing this double bond of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now whether this compound is aromatic? Yes, this compound is also aromatic. You apply Huckel rule. 4n plus 2 is equal to 6. N is equal to 1. This compound is also aromatic. It is a planar compound. sp2, sp2. All carbon atom are sp2 hybridized. Here also all carbon atom are sp2 hybridized. So all these three are aromatic compound. Let us move on to next example, number 4. Now, what about this compound? Whether this compound is aromatic? Whether this compound is aromatic? Yes, this compound is also aromatic. We apply Huckel rule. 4n plus 2 is equal to how many pi electron are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The electron which are present in the ring, they are counted here 6. So n is equal to 1. Means this compound is also aromatic. So I have given you example of aromatic compounds. Yes or no? Let us move on. One more example. Now, can you say what is this compound? Whether this compound is aromatic? Yes, this compound is also aromatic. 4n plus 2 is equal to 6 pi electron are there. N is equal to 1. The compound is planar. It is also a planar compound. All carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All carbon atom has same hybridization, that is sp2. So these are aromatic compound. These compounds follow all the conditions of aromatic compound. Clear? Now let us see example of non-aromatic compound. Examples: non-aromatic compound. Non-aromatic compounds. Non-aromatic compounds. Okay. Now first example is this. Whether this compound is aromatic or non-aromatic. This compound is non-aromatic. You can prove by applying Huckel rule. 4n plus 2 is equal to how many pi electron are there? 4. Okay. So 4n is equal to 4 upon 2 is 2. N is equal to half. So this compound is non-aromatic. This compound is non-aromatic. Clear? Number second. Now what about this? Whether this compound is aromatic? It is a cyclic compound. It is having double bond. Now let us apply Huckel rule. 4n plus 2 is equal to 4. Then n is equal to half. This compound is also non-aromatic. It is non-aromatic. Clear? Number third example. Now, whether this compound is aromatic, let us see. 4n plus 2 is equal to 6, n is equal to 1. Still I am saying the compound is non-aromatic because it is non-planar. The compound is non-planar. Why I have written non-planar? Here, this carbon atom is sp3 hybridized and all other carbon atom are sp2. It is following Huckel rule. The compound is following Huckel rule, but still it is non-aromatic because the compound is non-planar. Understood? Number fourth example. Can you quote this? Number 4. What about this? I am writing like this. Whether this compound is aromatic, you apply Hacker rule. 4n plus 2 is equal to 4 pi electron. So n is equal to half. It is not obeying Hacker rule. Neither the compound is planar. Why? This carbon atom is sp3 hybridized. All other carbon atom are sp2. Means this compound is non-planar. Clear? So a compound is following Hacker rule. Still it is non-aromatic because it does not satisfy all the condition. This compound is non-planar. Why it is non-planar? Because this carbon atom is sp3 hybridized. Similarly here, this carbon atom is sp3 hybridized. So these are the example of non-aromatic compounds. Clear? Now let us move on. Method of preparation of benzene. How benzene is prepared? Method of preparation of benzene. Preparation of benzene. First method is decarboxylation. Decarboxylation of sodium benzoate or sodium benzoate. This is the simplest method to prepare benzene. Okay, I am writing the reaction. You know decarboxylation already. This is sodium benzoate, decarboxylation, removal of carboxyl group, NaOH, heated in presence of lime. What is happening? It is converting into benzene. Benzene plus Na2CO3. It is converting into benzene. What is removed? You see, this entire portion is removed. Na2CO3. It is forming benzene. This is first method. Number second, from phenols. From phenol, benzene can be obtained. This is the reaction. Phenol. It reacts with zinc dust. Zinc dust. It converts into benzene. Benzene is formed plus ZNO. Now you can see zinc oxide, ZNO is moving in the ring. Okay, number 3. Third method we have already discussed. From ethyne. Now you are familiar with this method. From ethyne, polymerization you know very well. CH, triple bond CH, triple bond CH, triple bond CH. Okay. Now you polymerize it. You know we have discussed this a number of times on polymerization. Iron tube heating, you will get benzene. We are getting benzene. This is third method. Number 4. From diazonium compound. There are 4 methods to prepare benzene from diazonium compound. Now this is diazonium compound. N2 positive Cl, it is a diazonium compound, reacts with hypophosphorus acid plus water and you will get benzene. This is the simplest reaction, benzene plus phosphorus acid. They are the byproduct, no need to write them. N2 plus Cl. So this is how benzene is prepared. Okay. Now properties. properties. Number first, benzene is colorless liquid. Benzene is colorless liquid having characteristic smell, having characteristic smell. Number second, it is insoluble in water. Benzene, it is insoluble in water. Okay. Number third, its boiling point increases. Boiling point increases with increase in molecular mass. With increase in molecular mass. If molecular mass is increasing, boiling point will increase molecular mass. Molecular mass. So these are the physical property of benzene. Now chemical properties. Chemical properties. Number first, addition with hydrogen. Addition with hydrogen. Addition reaction with hydrogen. Now you see, I am writing this benzene 1, 2, 3 plus 3H2 in presence of nickel catalyzed reaction. All the double bond are eliminated. Hydrogen gets added over here, forming this cyclohexane. Cyclohexane. The double bond are removed. Hydrogen is added to each carbon atom. Okay. Number second, addition with chlorine. Addition with chlorine. Addition with chlorine. Now you see this reaction. This is benzene. It reacts with chlorine. 3 moles of chlorine in presence of sunlight. It is forming this Cl, 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 Cl. This compound is called benzene hexachloride, or we can write C6H6Cl6. This is the formula. Benzene hexachloride, C6H6Cl6. Its trade name in market, this BSC, its trade name is Gamaxine. Its trade name is Gamaxine. It is used as insecticide. Okay, this is Gamaxine. In market it is available. Farmers use it as insecticide. Okay. Now, number third, addition of ozone. Let's move on to the next page. Addition of ozone. Addition of ozone. Now you see how ozone is added in benzene. This is benzene. It adds with 3 moles of ozone. Now we have dead ozonolysis. Ozone addition takes place where there is double bond. Clear? So double bond, where there is double bond, there will be addition of ozone. So see the structure carefully. Then draw it. CH. Now you see, these single bond will be intact. CH. Ozone will add over this and this. So So this carbon you will add ozone, CH, ozone, and there will be a third molecule with this. Okay, so I have broken this. Now this and this ozone addition will take place here, this, and this is CH. You add ozone. Now which bond will be intact? This CH bond will be intact. CH. Now I am drawing this CH. This is intact. Then CH. You break this CH. You add ozone. 1, 2, ozone. This CH bond will be intact. This is what 3 molecules of ozone are added. Now you split it. Cleaving takes place. Splitting from here will take place. This is how splitting takes place. You know very well. So what has happened? What is the product for this? When you split, this is converting into 3 moles of CH dash CH, double bond to glyoxyl. You can see CH double bond O, CH double bond O. This bond is intact. Where is the bond intact? Similarly, CH double bond O, CH double bond O, CH double bond O, CH double bond O. So 3 molecules of ozone are added to what? Benzene. Clear? Number 4 is combustion. Now benzene combustion, C6H6, air combustion. It is forming, you know very well, carbon dioxide and water plus the heat is evolved minus 2376, or let us write minus heat. Minus heat is evolved. Okay, kilojoule per mole. Now you balance it, 15/2. These are the reactions of benzene. Clear? Now moving on to most important part, electrophilic substitution reaction. Being an aromatic compound, they undergo electrophilic substitution reaction. Electrophilic substitution reaction. Clear? Number first, halogenation. Let us write the reaction. This is benzene. It is reacting with chlorine in presence of halogen carrier FeCl3, 180 degrees centigrade dark. Now you see the product. What will happen? One hydrogen of benzene will be removed from this. It will be replaced by Cl. Here is Cl plus HCl. Chlorobenzene is formed. What is formed? Chlorobenzene. Okay. What is formed? Chlorobenzene. Now this is electrophilic, means electrophilic a positive group is replacing a positive group. Let us see the mechanism for this reaction. This will be clear when you write the mechanism. Clear? First step, generation of electrophile. First step is this generation of electrophile. How this FeCl3? It is halogen carrier. What is the function of this FeCl3? it is used to generate electrophile. Let us see the reaction. Cl plus FeCl3. This FeCl3 is halogen carrier. It takes this electron. I am writing over here halogen carrier. It is taking the electron and forming Cl. A positive charge on Cl. This is electrophile. Plus FeCl4 negative. FeCl3 drags Cl towards itself. So a positive charge develops on this Cl. This is called electrophile. So in first step electrophile is generated. Clear? Now second step. Attack of electrophile. Attack of electrophile. Attack of electrophile on benzene. Now this electrophile will attack benzene. How? Let us see. This is benzene. I have dragged its hydrogen outside plus electrophile. What was electrophile? Cl positive. Now this Cl positive will attack this benzene ring, forming what? You see the reaction. Electrophile is attacking HCl and here is the positive charge. Cl attacks this electron pair. This electron pair will move outside to form a bond to which this Cl is attached. Okay. Now third step. Removal of the abstraction. Okay, right removal. Removal of proton. Removal of proton is removed. You remove proton from this, then you will get the final product. This plus this is Cl, this is H. Proton is removed. This is proton is removed. This bond will migrate inward to dislocate this positive charge. So positive charge disappears, forming fluorobenzene. Now the bond moves inwards, and what is formed? Fluorobenzene. Now this H proton, it reacts with what? FeCl4 was there, which reacts with this H positive. FeCl3, halogen carrier is regenerated plus HCl. This is the mechanism for this reaction. This is how chlorination takes place. Okay, clear? Now, second is, in this is bromination. Bromination. Now, bromination is also takes place in same fashion. This is benzene. It reacts with bromine in presence of halogen carrier FeBr3 in dark. At 180 degrees and bromine is redirected over the ring. Br plus HBr, bromobenzene is formed. Yes or no? Electrophile, you see Cl positive is replacing what? H positive minus H positive. Proton is removed. So this is an electrophile. A positive group is replaced by a positive group. Clear? Electrophilic substitution. Here also same thing is going to happen. Okay, now if we write it, direct fluorination. Direct fluorination of benzene is not possible. Of benzene is not possible because fluorine is highly reactive in nature is highly reactive in nature. Highly reactive in nature. So the compound explodes. So the compound explodes. That's why direct fluorination is not going to take place. Means if you are writing this benzene plus fluorine, then this reaction is not going to take place. Okay, similarly, direct iodination, this we have discussed while we were dealing alkanes. Direct iodination is not possible. Is not possible because HI is liberated. HI is liberated during the reaction. Which is a strong reducing agent. Okay, if direct iodination you are doing, means this is benzene and direct iodination is going to take place, then iodobenzene plus HI is formed. This HI is strong reducing agent. It will reduce this iodobenzene back into benzene. Now, you know this reaction can be carried out. It can be carried out. So this is not possible. It can be carried out by using oxidizing agent. By using oxidizing agent. If we use oxidizing agent, then this reaction is feasible. Means if I am writing this reaction like this plus I2 here, HiO3 per iodic acid, that is oxidizing agent. It converts into iodobenzene plus HI. Okay, HI tries to reduce this, but here it is oxidizing agent. It prevents the reduction of iodobenzene. Clear? So we have discussed benzene, some of its properties. So kindly go through it, and after this the remaining property we will discuss tomorrow. Okay, thank you very much.